Mr. Guy King, good evening, and thank you again for the time that we can do tonight, the interview. Thank you a lot.
My pleasure, thank you.
Like Freddie already asked you, how was Hasselt? Because we are from Belgium and we live in the near of Hasselt, so normally we should be there, but it was a very busy week this week though. Okay. How was Hasselt?
It was good, very good show. It was the first show of the tour.
First show of the tour here in Europe?
Yeah, of this time. It was
I understood you that you were in France and Belgium?
Yeah.
Germany?
Germany, not this time.
Not this time.
We'll come back in July for Germany.
Okay. But our friend Danny, he was satisfied.
He seemed very happy.
Okay, that's very good to hear.
He seemed very happy. I saw him from the stage and he made sure to let me know how happy he was after the show.
Okay. What I read that you were born in and raised up in Israel.
Yes, I was.
Everybody, maybe many people think that's a guy from the States or from somewhere else, but can you tell us something about how you get into the blues, into the music? Was it because of your family or the place where you lived, or?
It was because of my parents. They really loved music, and I'm the youngest son of 4, and we all played an instrument. The parents made sure we all played.
4 children played an instrument.
4 children all played. So I played and sang since I was 3-4 years old, and music was very natural. Came very easy and very naturally.
Why did you choose for a guitar?
Guitar wasn't my first.
No.
Clarinet was my first instrument. I played in an orchestra when I was 8, 10.
Like a young guy, you had to play music.
Yeah, I played classical music. I played
Clarinet.
more advanced jazz, some then too, and even klezmer music. I played a lot. I was a good player at a very young age. But then I sang, so I wanted to accompany myself. And we had a guitar. One of my older brothers played guitar, so we had an acoustic guitar. And I started teaching myself so I can sing and play at the same time. And this was it.
Great. But when you were 16, you went for your first gig to the States.
Yeah, I came to the States on tour. It was 3-4 months tour with a group from Israel, which allowed me to. I was already into popular music and some blues, so I took the trip and I had the chance to come to Memphis and to come to Chicago and to Alabama and to Texas and to see certain things that I only heard about on records. Yeah.
What did you told I Guy King? I want to be the first, the fourth king.
I did not think that then. I was hoping, you know.
You were hoping
then,
that.
But I did not. I just wanted to play then. I did not think too much. You know, I imagined that I wanted to be the best always. And that drive just had me come, and I just wanted to play and leave my mark, you know, get my music out.
You know the guy?
Willie Kent.
Yeah, he made. He was very important in your career as a musician.
Yeah.
You played with him till 2006.
Till he died.
I think.
Till he died.
Yeah.
I was with him for 6 years.
For 6 years.
Yeah.
And after that you went solo.
Yeah, after he died, I actually didn't feel like playing for a little bit. They wanted me to take over the gents. You know, the Willie Kent was Willie Kent of the gents, and when he was sick in the last year, I would lead the shows. Willie made me band leader, so I would take over the show, and we got a bass player, great bass player, Patrick, who then afterwards started as my bass player in my first band after Willie died.
Just
he came with me.
rules, yeah.
But and then Willie was sick, so he wouldn't be there all the time. So he would come and sing, you know, like the special guest of his own show. But then when he passed, we were close, and it was too strange, you know. It was his band. I had a different voice. I didn't feel like so I took a little time off and kind of reorganized and practiced and figured out what I'm gonna do, worked a regular job, and then started to itch to play again. So I worked on different things, listened to different music, and then when I started my own thing, I had
you
a different...
You didn't choose for the easy way, no?
No.
No.
There's no easy and hard. There's what's right or wrong for me. So that did not feel right. Right felt to take a little time to heal, you know? And it's weird too. If I'm with him all the time, all of a sudden he passed away. I keep waiting for him to come to the same club, and he's not gonna come. So it was better to reorganize think I learned a lot in those 6 months. I practiced a lot. I listened to a lot of music. I got deeper into other styles and other things that gave me a larger vocabulary to express myself.
Yeah. In 2014 or 15, I don't know, I got an album of you, and I wrote something in my review, Guy King, a guy who plays jazz and electric blues. Is that correct? What I
play that as well.
Jazz as well.
Those two things.
I always feel and hear jazz in your blues.
I said it to somebody last night after the show in Paris. He asked me what that type of blues and what jazz, and I said, look, man, forget that. There's music.
That's music.
There's good music, and there's less good music. The blues to me is a type of feeling. It's an ethnic music. Coming from another place, I feel like there's great ethnic music everywhere. Every country has its own soul. This is what's important to me. The feeling of the music, the fact that somebody calls it blues or jazz or easy or complicated, it has nothing to do with me. I don't care about that. I care about if it's good, if it makes me feel something, if it makes me want to move, if it makes me smile, if it makes me cry.
People smile.
Or cry. That's good too sometimes, you know.
That's correct. And the way that you play on your guitar, I think it's a Gibson that you play on.
Yes. Yes.
You like a Gibson, but that's a detail.
On that album that you mentioned, it was February 2016 that it came out. I'm actually playing, I played a Telecaster on that. And,
I knew in that time, that was the first time that I had to review one of your albums. So.
Okay. So it was, people thought I played a Gibson by the sound, but then afterwards I made a switch and started playing a Gibson 335.
But they say also that the way that you play on your guitar is like the way that Wes Montgomery play.
Yeah.
Is that correct, or is that just
I have
so?
to be honest, I did not know too much about Wes Montgomery or the way he played when I started picking with my thumb. But I had a low time that I wasn't sure if exactly, I heard a different voice in my mind. So I kind of reorganized what I wanted to play, and when I heard Wes Montgomery that time, I really got in deeper into him, listening very extensively, and he became one of my biggest influences. So when I heard him do certain things, I already played with my thumb.
Yeah.
But when I saw and heard what he did, I'm like, okay, so these things are obtainable. I will be able to do it if I work on it. But also Albert King played with his thumb. People should forget that. And Albert King played with his thumb.
But that's why you want to be the fourth king. Okay, your albums. Your first album was in 2008.
Yeah.
Living It. And now we have to wait till now 2014, 16. Truth.
Yeah, not really. There were 2 more albums in the meantime that I decided not to distribute. Yeah. We have them on sale on the tour.
That's good.
I did not distribute them. I used them for different purposes. I did them to more express what I was playing at the time.
Oh, yeah.
So if you heard them, you'll probably hear a lot more jazz in these 2. And one of them is a solo album, which I actually play acoustic blues, very old material, just by myself.
That's new. Is there something that you want to tell in the title, with the title, Truth?
It was, well, the title track speaks volume about speaking the truth and being real and what to do and what not to do. And a few of the songs I wrote, one of the songs that I wrote there was My Happiness. It was written about a young lady that I met that turned out to be my wife now and the mother of our daughter.
Voilà.
So it started, this album kind of started me back on track to voicing more of my own voice, to speaking more of my feelings and less of somebody else. The horn arrangements, the music arrangement. I can also, so it was the beginning of that, and now it moved a lot further since then.
Do you always write your own songs, or?
On Truth, I did not. Not all the material is mine, but I will give you a little, not a secret anymore, but I just completed another album. I just recorded it. I'm finishing it now when I come back to the States. And this album is all new material, all material that I wrote or co-wrote. So yeah, I think Truth was the beginning of me having more of my own voice and using the information I learned, be it from Wes Montgomery, or Albert King, or Robert Johnson, or Ray Charles, or B.B. King, and not trying to do that anymore. Just using it as words to make my own sentences, or as letters to make my own words and sentences.
But there is also a second voice on the album, the voice of Sarah Mary
My
Young.
wife.
That's
This is my wife.
I was trying to
And
find
this
who.
is the
That's
duet.
that's why I question mark.
my
Who is
wife.
you? That's your wife.
That's my wife and the mother of my daughter.
Good.
And that's the beautiful young lady I mentioned when I say about the song.
My happiness. I should have known that
See that?
because of the title of the yeah. Something new.
She's a wonderful vocalist. I always respected her and admired the way she sang, even before we met each other. I heard of her and we met. Very romantic and very beautiful. And I actually decided to stay instead of going back to Brazil and travel. I decided to stay in Chicago after the recording of Truth, and we got married and started a family.
So no more questions about Sarah Mary Young.
I answered. If you have more questions, I'll gladly
but
answer.
I should have known this because my happiness. Then about albums, you're working on a new album.
Yes,
something
it's
new?
almost complete.
Because we have always to wait too long.
Not this
You
time.
have a lot of fans in Belgium and Holland. So
Oh, thank you,
That's-
thank you. I'm glad, because it seems like people ask me how come I don't come out to Europe, and all of a sudden last year it seems like Europe finally embraced and opened the doors for me, and I'm very glad to be here. So yes, I wrote a lot of material in the last few years, and we just recorded it earlier this year, a couple of months ago, and last month. I'm putting the finishing touches as we speak, as soon as I come back, and we are hoping for a late summer.
and we hope from Roots Time that Delmark, I think it is,
Yeah, Delmark,
that
yes.
they will send us the album because
All right then.
the last time we didn't get it. So
Hey, I'm sorry about that. I'm sure they will this time. Delmark has changed hands too, so.
Another question: what turns you on outside music? Do you have something that you do in your free time, or
I'm a new father now to to 1 year and 11-month-old daughter. So
It's the first baby. No,
yes,
great.
yes. So that takes up
lot of work, a lot of time.
all the time that I
All
have.
the time that you have.
Yes.
What are the plans for the near future? You are now touring in Europe. Still the next week, or
Yes, actually till the end of the month. Then we are going back to Chicago.
yeah?
I'm actually here with my wife and daughter too. They did not accompany me, but they are in Europe with me. So we will be
They stay
traveling a
incognito
little bit this week.
this week.
And then we'll go back to the States in April.
The weather is bad in Belgium, so shit.
We're going back to the States, and I hope to complete the album really, really soon. Just doing the last things that it needs to do. We're heading to San Francisco. I'm meeting with my musicians, with my band in Chicago, and we are traveling to San Francisco to perform. Nice stuff this summer. A few different things that will be announced within the next couple of weeks. And I will be here for a concert in July again in Europe, in Germany.
In Germany.
Yeah. It's advertised, so I'll be at Geidorf this year.
Okay, do you know what a bucket list? You know that?
Yes.
Do you have also such a list and points of items on it that you once want to do? Things that you hope to do?
Let's talk next year again. Maybe I already had them in the past.
Okay.
Yes, they are. Of course, you asked me when I was little, when I was young, what did I want to do, and there were many things that I dreamed about.
Becoming a
certain
musician.
venues that I wanted to
Play.
that I imagined myself performing my music in. So, yeah, I think, of course there are dreams and aspirations, and I don't know if it's a bucket list. It's deeper than that. It's not something that I want to put an X and like I got it. It's
more personal.
It's a small person.
For this evening, what can we expect tonight, or what's on your set list, or how do you work with it?
I've
Not the same as we should have heard in I name Hasseldorn. No?
it's never the same.
Never the same.
No, I mean, even if one song or two songs, or even if the set is the same, I feel different every
Yeah.
night. So I'm never gonna play the same. And I try to vary the sets. Actually, I try not to. If a small change, I always try to change the set list, so to make it more personal. And the guys know I may change something 5 minutes
And the
before I
people
go to
that-
the stage too.
The people that are with you on stage, your band, or
No, it's not the band. It's not my musicians from the United States. It's a band that's based in France.
Okay.
Soul Shot, Fabrice Bessoir.
because we know the drummer. That's
Fabrice, yeah. So the agency brought me, and he put the musicians
together for. Okay.
Yeah,
I have a last
for this
question.
tour.
Yeah, I have a last question, Mr. Guy King. It's a double one. What was the best advice anyone ever gave you?
I don't think it was advice. I think it was.
The
It was
best
just
name-
leading by example. I saw my mother and my father, the way they lived, the way they treated other people, the way they treated each other. That was the best
example.
by example. Seeing them
Yeah,
was
yeah.
the best advice I ever got.
Then that's my last one. What did you learn about yourself by being a musician?
We don't have all the time to answer this question. What I learned about myself is that
Few things, just what's coming.
there
on
are
your-
adversities. Things are not always what you want. You don't receive things at the order or the time or the place where you expect to receive them. I think any job you will see that really. Not job, forget job. Anything you do in life, you will come to this same conclusion. Just as a musician, it could be sometimes it's a little more difficult. People don't see that side. You see me or somebody else on stage when the lights are on, but you don't see the things that happen during the day, all the hours of practice, of dedication, of devotion, of love, when the phone doesn't ring and you need to make something happen from nothing. So what I learned is that you have to work at it. You have to love what you do. You have to be dedicated to it, and you have to try to put everything good that you have into it to make it blossom, to make it flourish.
Okay, Mr. Guy King, that were my questions. Again, thank you for your time,
Thank you for.
and thank you
Thank
for
you.
making the world better with your beautiful music.
Thank you so much. I
Thank you a
appreciate
lot.
it. Thank you.